All righty. Hold on. You got it. Trump is commenting on tariffs. Trump says U.S. agriculture products will be sold inside the United States. Yeah, they're coming out now. So welcome to PHILO. We're going to get Trump here in a little bit, but now the live comments are coming in. So, yeah, we are going to begin PHILO, but now it looks like we got it. So, hi. Trump literally, I was supposed to give you the intro, but Trump is literally saying U.S. agriculture products will be sold inside the U.S. Tariffs will go on external products April 2nd. I think he said that because then that means agriculture. That's why he said external products. I don't know. That seems bearish, but I think the market already sold off on it a little bit. And then the agriculture stuff sounds good. But get ready. So we are getting ready here for PHILO, and I'm glad you guys are here. It's already been a wild day. It seemed like a chill recovery. And then we had bad Zelensky headlines. The Nvidia's down 7. And then now we are getting Trump tariff comments. Yeah, but he's saying the U.S. agriculture will be sold inside. So they're not. That's why if it was external, that would mean we would be tariffing agriculture too. But those comments are coming in now. That at the end of the day, though, tariffs are happening tomorrow. Again, or at least that's what we're waiting for, and then April 2nd for all reciprocals. He's still sticking to that time frame. And then OPEC confirms decision to proceed with supply cuts or hikes. So again, that's why you had, moving up. So keep your eyes out for that. Trump tells farmers a lot of agriculture products to be sold inside of the United States. Wait a minute. He's putting these out on Truth Social. So he's not, I don't know if he's saying this or if this is in the interview or not. I'm checking my Truth. Yeah, get ready to start making lots of agriculture products to be sold inside the U.S. Tariffs will go on external products on April 2nd. And then Europe has spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have ever spent on defending Ukraine. OPEC could pause or reverse decision based on market conditions. OPEC sees healthy market fundamentals and a positive outlook. Saudi Arabia, Russia, Iraq, UAE, Kuwait, Kazakhstan, Algeria, and Oman reaffirm commitment for stable market. Oh, no way. Are these still red? Oh, well, that's why. Okay. All right, I'm going, listen, very small daily or March 4th SPY put, not a reco. Again, you will lose money. Keep it small. I'm putting less than 10, 20 bucks. The whole idea that tariff comment is negative, okay? I don't like him talking about agriculture ever. So the plays have already gone 7 to 30 cents. So my idea, go with the small, cheap one, literally like 10 bucks or lower. If you get a double flush, those will be profitable. Other than that, I like calls more than puts. I'm just saying the content he's talking about right now doesn't look good. Are you understanding? So I'm keeping it really, really small. But hopefully that makes sense. Like I'm telling you, I actually like the calls a lot better. But just in case we get one of these end of the day crazy flushes, or if he starts talking more on agriculture, we're not going to like that. So that's why I'm grabbing a literal, I think it's 10, 12 bucks. Other than that, I do like the calls. I kind of want to get a call for Friday. Let's do it. And then I'm going to grab a call for Friday. I did a SPY call for Friday and then a SPY put for 2 days. All very small. So calls or puts and then wait till I buy it. I'm just going to ban you, Michael. You weren't here on Friday. So yeah, don't ask me calls or puts. Be serious. You see how I gave you that play here? And I'm talking about it to try to help you. So a little shit like that is why I just shut my mouth. Do you understand it? So again, forgive me. It's my fault for telling you guys any plays because then the what's the play people come out of the woodworks. We don't want that. I want you educated. I wanted to explain to you why I took the play because of what I just read as you got the headline here in advance. So yeah, keep that in mind, but otherwise stay focused. Otherwise you will get clapped. What are my strike price on the SPY? Don't, especially after that interaction, don't trip on it. I'm not going to call out anymore for the rest of the day now. Remember, Friday was a 2,000%er by me trying to educate you. But again, those of you who cannot handle it, you will ruin the experience for everybody. So you need to make up your mind what you're going to do. At least you made it past lunch. Yeah. I'm going to leave that to you now. The news was Trump on agriculture. That's what I said. I grabbed very, very super duper cheap puts just in case. And then I grabbed a call for Friday. And then we're going to hear him very, very shortly. I'm kind of waiting to see if we could get into it. China meeting. Well, tariffs Tuesday, China meeting on Wednesday. Elf, I like, again, Elf versus EL is what you got to keep an eye on. So what do you get? You get to listen. That's what you get. You'll get information here before anybody in the world. And the watch list is second link. There's a huge Fed meeting this month. That's why that's literally the summary of economic projections. I don't know, Scott. We're live. I don't know if Scott could hear us. You got a SPY call? Well, I'm banning you because you posted the stream alert play. You should post the stream alert play before I post it. If you post it in the chat, you're banned. So thank you for your $5. But yeah. That makes sense, right? Because if you had the play before, you should have posted it. But if you wait till I post it, that's not cool. I don't know. Monday chads are terrible. I know today. I'm not even like pissed, but I have had to ban a lot of people today. I feel like a lot more reprimanding from this weekend. We closed off the week really good. Last week was crazy. That's what I'm saying. We had 1,000%ers on Friday. We had a lot. We did very, very good on Friday. I thought last week was a lot of fun. I thought y'all would have been more motivated today. OPEC to proceed with gradual, flexible return of 2.2 million barrels a day voluntary adjustments. For-year listener, new member. Well, thank you, man. Let's close it out good. But, yeah, we got to stay focused. God as a gift. Yeah, it's good. Keep that's the best way, man. Stay focused. Stay focused. Amen. Amen. So I hope y'all get a long term though too. Y'all telling me about joining. Y'all better join the long term. 2-year broke 4. That's crazy. Remember the other day. It was at 399. Did you know Colt Real Estate loves you, baby? We love you too, Jake from State Farm. Happy Monday. Amen. Oh, excuse me. Trump is supposed to be live, but I think we should just start PHILO, no? I think we should. I don't think he's going to come out because I already got the other statements. He's on True Social. So let me put the alert. If he does come out live, we'll just stop the PHILO. That sound fair? And then we'll see what we could do with it. Or if I could get all the comments ahead of time. Because usually when Trump comes out, I have the comments so we could ignore it. But today I don't have the comments yet. So we'll find out. So let's get the PHILO alert out. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to see if I could get a carbo. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka. Oh. All right, I'll be right back. Follow me on Instagram.
Talked about
the
Liz,
Trading
got a
Fraternity.
big
Real
menu
cool
to
news
pick
on
from.
Twitter. Get ready for PHILO.
It all keeps me up at night, and I think more importantly, it keeps American families and consumers up. They voted for President Trump in hopes that he would bring down their prices, especially those they're facing on essentials at the grocery store. And instead of bringing their prices down, he is focused on, indiscriminate tariffs that do nothing to protect American jobs or strengthen U.S. manufacturing. And instead of imposing tariffs on allies, on Canada that will hurt workers and raise prices, he really should be focusing on holding countries like China accountable for undercutting American workers and businesses. Sort of lost in this whole conversation is that Trump walked back closing the de minimis loophole that allows China to flood the U.S. with cheap goods without being inspected or paying tariffs. So it keeps me up at night that we're not doing any of this strategically. There are certainly strategic cases for tariffs. The president doesn't seem to be making them and certainly doesn't seem to be implementing them in a strategic way, which really does ultimately hurt both consumers, workers, families, and agriculture, farmers, the whole 9 yards.
Well, so Liz, when we consider the impact on consumers and the actual prices they will see, what we frequently hear from officials in the Trump administration or those aligned with his way of thinking on tariffs is what we're talking about here is a one-time price increase, not necessarily sustained inflation as we experienced during the Biden administration. Is there a world in which, though, a one-time price increase can actually precipitate an inflationary spiral if consumers expect that prices are going to keep going up, even if they wouldn't have necessarily on their own?
Yeah, I don't think this.
I don't have the headline yet, but yes, sir. That is quite the candle. Premiums have already gone up. I'm not seeing the headline yet. I'm waiting. So premiums up 30 on the calls. Again, the call should have been more than the put. Hopefully you see why we did that. But again, I don't have the headline yet. It's going to be something related to probably a delay or the tariffs there or agriculture. Look at bonds coming down too. Yeah, something's happening right now. Pay attention. Pay attention. Bonds, currency, gold. Yo. Something just snapped. Be on the lookout. Calls and puts. Be very, very careful here. They're all going crazy. That's weird. Look at all of the currencies right now. Okay. I'm going to see if I could get one more. Wait for it. See if the currencies or if bonds die. You're going to get a big move. That was crazy. Look at that. Look at the Canadian loonie. And then even the Mexican, they already came back, though, so hold on. That might be a dud. You could go for it. It's either going to be up or down. I'm thinking up, but the way it already faded, something just happened. I don't have the statement, though. So usually a move like that, we get a follow-up statement very, very shortly, but I haven't seen it yet. Just be on the lookout for that. That was big. The lumber tariff stuff was last night. I'm not seeing anything here. Moody's. That was a big candle. But it wasn't just the SPY. It was dollar, Canada, Mexico, gold, everything. That's why I'm like, interesting. So, yeah, watch out for that. Okay, I'm going to go with the dirt cheap one. I'm not telling you anything else, though, after that. You lost that privilege. Whoa. Dude, that one was fake. No, yeah, something's snapping right now, though, you guys. Pay attention. So hold on for fear. That wasn't real, but this is brewing. I don't know if it's going to hold up. I hope it does. Again, now that with the plays that I have, but at the end of the day, that's just something's fucking happening right now. Like, again, the gold, it's not just the SPY, it's everything else. Yeah, just get ready. Something's going to come out. OPEC gradual, no, that's all I have. Keep your eyes glued to this wire, too. If something early comes out, this one could catch it. I think Trump is talking closed door, but we don't have the words yet. That's why I'm tripping. It was a 4. It wasn't real, but that this week was real. That was 3. And then, again, the dollar and everything else that came up with it. He is supposed to make an announcement. He was supposed to be live 20 minutes ago. That's what we were waiting for, and I said we'll start PHILO. I want to start PHILO now, but that was a weird-ass move. I think just be on the lookout. We already made our plays anyways. So, let's see. Maybe I could get the intro out while we figure this out. Yeah, we got the farmers. Actually, let me double-check Truth Social just in case. Nah, we good. Latest one was that one headline. Ba-da-bop-bop-bop. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope we get your plays. We made plays right before all of this happened, too. So I hope we could chill during Trump. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for PHILO. So I'm very glad that you're here right now. And if you are here right now, let me break it down. I'm going to talk about the Bible, life, God, Jesus, and whatever else I want to. Why? Because this is our personal time, and you have paid to be here. So technically, you have paid to listen to this stuff. Although I do care about the stock market, this is simply how it's going to work here. I could read, and I could do multiple things at once. So if you think what I'm talking about is nonsense, bullshit, dumb, I don't care, I'm not going to ban you for that. I will ban you if you let those thoughts and emotions make their way to the chat and distract everybody. It's super simple. I don't want you to really be a part of something you don't really like. And all I'm saying here, this is what we do. If you want to focus on the stock market, focus on the stock market. If you want to focus on PHILO, focus on PHILO. The reason we have members only is for workflow. I'm done trying to figure out who's doing this and that, and it's very simple. If something big happens in the market, I will put down my book and I will verify and I will get to work to make sure we are on top of it, and vice versa. I expect you to do the same thing. So the way I look at PHILO is if you don't care about it, that's cool. I ask that you post only stock stuff, and if anything happens, I will give you the respect to stop doing what I'm doing, and I will work with you on it, and vice versa. I'm just hoping that if nothing happened, you focus on it and then don't get in the way of PHILO. That way, we could stay focused, the chat stays focused, we won't miss anything on stocks, and then we could get some of the PHILO that we have came here for. So, does that sound like a good plan? I think it's a good plan. I think it's worked out very well. So I'm a big fan of it. And again, right now we're waiting on Donald Trump. We're getting weird movements. So I hope you have positioned accordingly. But other than that now, let's ride it out, man. Let's ride it out. You shouldn't have to explain it. I'm okay with explaining it because I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like just explaining it. I think it's a very simple thing. I wish this is how it worked prior because I think some of you are very respectful people, and that's how it should work, man. Just like if you don't like something, you don't say anything. If you're here for stocks, focus on stocks. If you're here for the PHILO, get the PHILO. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we do it, and I think it could be good. But that being said, are you guys ready for today? Are you ready for your PHILO? Because I got a good one. And we're going to have a good reading. I don't know if we're going to get to the reading depending on when Mr. Donald comes out. But I have a good one, man. I have a this PHILO. We're gonna read Screw Tape. I even got like a G.K. Chesterton for you. I'll save this one for tomorrow. I'll save the G.K. Chesterton for tomorrow. Because I had a lot this weekend. I had C.S. Lewis. I had G.K. Chesterton. I was talking with moms. I had a lot of notes in my phone for PHILO. But I'll give you guys this one. C.S. Lewis. We are going to go over chapter, I think, 22 or 23. And he brings up something. And we're going to talk about misfortune and getting thrown off of your game. But in a more important way. I'm not talking getting thrown off your game in a little game. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like some real deep stuff right now. But here's the deal. Are you ready? There's two things. One, I don't think that misfortune bothers a lot of you. C.S. Lewis taught me this, so don't get mad at me. This isn't an idea that I've held my whole life. He actually taught me this. Microsoft 365 status, investigating issues. Misfortune. You're not bothered by misfortune. Not all the time. So what does that imply? That means that when misfortune comes your way, sometimes you don't really mind it. Other times you do, actually. There's been times in some of your lives where misfortune, depending on how you perceived it, that got rid of that was bothersome. And there is other times where you've gone through misfortune, but depending on how you perceived it, you didn't really care. I think this is phenomenal. I think this is a phenomenon. So let me stop being cryptic. I'll just tell you what it is. Men are not angered by misfortune, by mere misfortune, but by misfortune convinced as injury. Woo! Yeah. There's your PHILO. That's your answer. I'll talk to you, baby. Isn't this it? That's what I'm saying. I learned this. C.S. Lewis taught me this one, and I think it's a great lesson. That's why I wrote it down. Because I'm like, wow. Very deep, bro. It makes sense. I'll tell you this, bro. You lose a trade, and you're like, I messed up. Misfortune. You won't get mad. But if you lose a trade because the market maker scammed you, you're going to get way more pissed. Again, now apply it to everywhere outside of the stock market. Do you get what I'm saying? That's kind of the whole point. There is a trick of the demons. We all go through problems. Why is it that some problems set you off? It's because some things you interpret them as misfortunate because you're taking it as if you took an injury. There's a difference in misfortune when you perceive it as an injury. Again, do you see the main word? The main word is perceive. Doesn't matter what happens. You guys don't know that? That's why I said it's kind of funny. Because some people today, they're like, Josh, you're rude. And I'm like, I think you just perceived it at a different time. Yes or no? It's for real. You could be the exact same. You could go through success or failure. Your perception of the event, that will describe a lot. Akon, remember we saw this the other day? It's up 150. Akon and Young Jeezy, I think it's halted. Oh no, resume trading. It'll get halted again. Perception. It is reality. Amen. So this is what the demons do. And again, if you think I'm just a weird religious man talking about demons, that's not the case. We're reading a fictional book about demons and training. And this is from the chapter. So I want you to don't ever forget that when we talk about C.S. Lewis screw tape. But at the end of the day, the whole goal is that we know men and women are going to go through misfortune. If you could get them to perceive their misfortune as an injury, then you get one step closer to controlling them. Ta-da! Do you get it? So let me just put it this way. We're going to read something. He's going to talk about your time. He's going to talk about your life. He's going to talk about misfortune. But I'm going to just tell you now, even today, even what we're going to read, bro, it has nothing to do with time. Even in your life, I'm going to just tell you right now, how you perceive your time can lead you to getting more or less frustrated. It's not about your time. It's about you and how easy you get moved to frustration. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I think a lot of you will learn. But this is, think about it. I hope you get what I just told you. Time. Bro, how many times have you seen people get frustrated over time? Some of you right now are dealing with situations that aren't really that bad. I hate to break it to you. However, the fact that you think you don't have time, what do you think it's doing to that situation? It's aggravating it. You are more susceptible to a negative influence if you are worried about your time. And not worried about it in a positive way, but in a way where you are letting your time kind of be the determining factor, not necessarily the misfortune, the success, or the lack thereof. Okay. So I'm going to get into it. But before I do that, we're going to take 40% on those calls. And then that paid for the put. And then I'm going to hold the cheap ones that I still have now. Ta-da! So there you go. Not a recommendation. Make time your friend, not your enemy. You guys are going to see. I can't wait to read this to you. Because it's a good one, man. And here's the point, bro. Time. And how you view your time is going to be very crucial. And at a lot of times, what demons will do will get you to overestimate or underestimate your time to get you frustrated. Does that make sense? That's why all these times I'm over here to remind you about this stuff. That's why some of you think, again, people might think I'm talking shit. I'm here to remind you, everything is personal choices. It's the time. Depending on how you use your time, that is how you are getting time used against you. That's the whole point. So get ready for this one. I think this was very, very important. Hold on, let me find the chapter. I got rid of the small calls for Friday, held because I made another play. I just stopped telling you after the Chad bitched about it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to, the moment somebody bitches, I'm just going to shut my mouth and make my money. That is what I have been doing since Trump coin, and it has been very successful. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to hear you're pumping, you're this. I am the only person on the internet genuinely trying to give you the place when I actually do. That's why I'm like, I'm not going to hear this shit. That's why I gave you a call. It just went up 40%. Chad talking shit. He got banned. He missed out on it. I made another play. It paid for the puts at the low. And now we have a call. Everything's paid for just in the move between PHILO and now. But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to explain it and go through it if people can't, handle it. So we'll go one step at a time. But I'm already done with my plays now for PHILO. I'm sitting on a call and a put now, but the first set paid for all of them. Dude, are you guys ready? Are you ready for the sad part? I hate to break it to you guys. We're almost done with this book. Do you realize? We are almost done with this book. I have almost read you all of Screw Tape Letters from start to finish. I love it, man. I think it's great. For real, man, because I really hope I could read more books for you guys because I like it. I've been adding to some of this stuff, but I hope y'all feel me on this. Like, I feel much better reading you somebody else's words. I don't want it to be about me. Like I said, I'm not a leader like that. I'm a leader when it comes to money. I'm a leader when it comes to discipline, but I love hearing other people who have earned this right with the Lord, not even with the Lord, but like theology. And I think they are way more admirable. And I love hearing other people's books. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, something about it. So I don't know. I'm just talking out loud. Praise God, bro. I'm glad that we have almost read all of this book together, along with many other ones, because I don't know. I hope it, because like this is what I'm telling you guys. Like, do you not get it? I read this with you, and I've read this book back in the day, but like to hear it again, I'm just saying, like, dude, I learn with it. Yeah, we all learn. This isn't exactly, bro. Exactly. It's not. Maybe you like my voice. Maybe I'm good at reading. I know. But at the end of the day, it's like I get to learn with you. This ain't me speaking down at you. This is me reading a book, and I know how to read good, great. But it's hitting me on the same level it should be hitting you. Do you get what I'm saying? There's no room for, we're this, we're that, up. No, there's no. It's just, bro, human or not, we either need help or we don't, and I think we all need help if we're still breathing oxygen. You know what I'm saying? So, praise God, bro. Praise God. I'm really, really glad. All right. Chapter 21. And then someone tell me when Trump goes live. Don't fall for go to CNBC or go to Associated Press. When this one goes live, you tell me, okay? So, Chapter 21, C.S. Lewis, Screw Tape Letters. Again, it's a fictional book. The story is about a demon in training. So when they say enemy, they're talking about God. Father, they're talking about the devil. Chapter 21, My Dear Wormwood. Yes, a period of sexual temptation is an excellent time for working in a subordinate attack on your patient's peevishness. It may be the main attack as long as he thinks it's the subordinate one. But here, as in everything else, the way must be prepared for your moral assault by darkening his intellect. Y'all don't feel that. That's the shortest paragraph to start, and it's so deep. Number 1, I've had a lot of you, when I share with you that I'm like, lust. I have a problem with lust, right? And I always share that with you. And a lot of you will be like, oh, me too, Josh. Me too. Well, guess what? If you think the attack is only about sex, you may be mistaken. That's what he's saying here. He's saying, go after the patient's ability to get annoyed. So make it, you think it's about sex. No. Your real weakness is you get annoyed easily. Have you thought about it? Think about that. So this whole time, you think it has to do with sexual temptation. Meanwhile, they're really just going after your short temper. I won't lie. I think that applies to me. Because you know what I would do back in the day? I would resort to sex and lust when I was pissed off or when I wanted to get my mind off something. Yeah. I think I was getting pissed off and I would turn to lust and other things as a reaction. And this whole time, I'm like, damn, I have a problem with these hoes. No, I think I had a problem with getting annoyed easily. Believe it or not. Yeah. That's what he's saying. He said, make it seem like the subordinate attack. It's actually the main attack, but we'll make it seem like it's a sex issue. But again, there's only one way this could happen. And this is why. This is why all of you, please, look through all the BS. I have your back, bro. For real. Some of you get what the fuck I am saying. Some of you are childish. I have your back. And what I mean by that, bro, this is what I could do. I know what I could do. I know I'm not a spiritual leader, but you know what I could help you with? I could make sure your intellect does not get darkened. That is important to me. That is what I could help you with. That is why you should listen to me. I could teach you how to think. I could help you balance competing views. Even if you think I am biased, no. I will show you how to get through all bias to get to what we want. That's what I want. That's why I'm saying in all of this, let everybody go back and forth. Let them all get emotional. You're in there. Why am I there? Let people go ask the complicated questions. Ignore the obvious. Because do you not get it? This is what I think is important. This is what I'm telling you. I can't help any of you if your intellect has been darkened to a point where I can't even communicate truth to you. How can I help you? And again, if your intellect gets darkened, you have to realize that is where these attacks are happening. Some of you are way too fucking smart to not have all of the money in the world. You know what the problem is? The problem is this. Your intellect has been darkened so that you are not using your potential and skills to how they have been designed because you're thinking about the wrong things. Again, you're getting either pissed off, vanity, all these things are distracting you. That's why I'm saying I'm not here to tell you you're a failure or anything like that. But we got to sit down and look at it, and that's why I'm telling you, quite frankly, a lot of people are being distracted. A lot of people have even distracted their mind. You're not even thinking the right way. You're not even asking the obvious questions. This is all a trap to darken your intellect. And that's where I'm saying, wow, you got to watch out for that. That's what we need to focus on. That's what I've been trying to do. I don't care. That's why the objectivity is so important to me. That's why understanding the truth and having a desire for it, I'm telling you, I can't help you if that is not there. Why? Because we can't think the right way. I can't teach you how to balance contradictions and make the most of it if your intellect is being warped into this idea where you're like, no, it only could be this way. No, we got to react. No, people who do, and then again, before you know it, we're talking postmodernism. Nothing has a solid truth. It's just, it all depends. That's econ, not real life. So, how do you reverse it? By being aware of it. That's how you reverse it. The way you reverse it is by asking the obvious questions. I'm glad you asked. Again, I could show you how to think. I could help you, and I want to help you. I hope I could help bring a light to your guys' minds. I hope for all of the dark lights out there, you could get something that's a bright one. But at the end of the day, you have to reverse it yourself. And the only way to reverse a darkening of the mind and intellect is to start acknowledging and asking the obvious questions. Isn't that amazing? I'm not telling you got to do anything crazy. It's harder to go to the gym. I'm just saying you have to ask the obvious questions. You have to say, why am I not getting where I want right now? Why am I really bothered? Why do I keep going towards these certain things? Ask yourself, what is the whole point of this mission that I am on? Again, some of you need to ask the obvious question. Why are you gambling all the time? Can I tell you? Do you guys want me to give you this one? I hate to break it to you. And it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt, but this is what I mean. I would rather you get hurt a little bit today so that you could see who you really are and that's the funny part, because even if you think I'm about to hurt you, I believe a lot of you are so much more and you have so much in you, bro. God is good, bro. You have no idea. That's why I'm saying I would rather you understand this now, because the devil's trap is to keep you in the middle your whole life, never advancing, never declining. Always uneasy that you're never able to progress forward. I don't want that. That's what I'm saying. Let's get over the feelings. And here's the reality. You know why you keep gambling? It's because you're lazy. That's the obvious question. Ask yourself, why do I keep risking my future when I know clearly there is a guaranteed route that every $100,000, $500,000, $10,000 that I put in, I know I could at least get 10% on it. 5%, if not, as history has shown, we have more than doubled, tripled our money with zero effort, really. Why? Why would you forego that? It's because you're lazy. That is the obvious question, and the obvious answer of what you should do is sitting right in front of you. Do you get what that's fine. That's why the whole point is, if you're going to trade, you should approach it with the right respect. If you need money and you're struggling, you can't be acting like you're trading and I'm doing it the right way. No. You need to make a plan. You need to build yourself out of the future. You need to build up to the point. Stop being lazy. Go stack up. Save. You will be able to trade at the next point. You will be able to trade at the right time. But when you set your future up properly. That's what I'm saying. Sadly, people are lazy and they don't want to ask why they're doing that. That's why when you lose it all and you're like, why did I do that? We still never say, oh, we're lazy. That's it. You got to realize I know it sucks to hear this, but brother, what do you think I had to do? You know what I'm saying? And then Spy coming down, but do you get, what do you think I had to go through? This is the reality I had to tell myself. I know I'm lazy, bro. I know where I work hard. I know where I get lazy. I know that I could work so hard, I could be a total bum. And sometimes in my journey, I was just lazy. I wanted it faster than I was willing to work for it. That's it. And I thought I knew a couple of things. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I could do this. I could do that. Boom. But it's just laziness. That's what I'm saying. You trade with the right respect it deserves. I think it'll open up a lot of doors for you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to open up a lot of doors for you. But guess what? If it takes a lot of hard work to get there, get there. And guess what? The hard work isn't reading books. The hard work isn't learning technicals. Fuck out of here with that shit. And it's not because I don't use technical. I'm saying the hard work is going to be saving for a year or two. And then the hard work is going to be setting a budget and actually sticking to it. Do you get what I'm saying? The hard work is going to be watching everybody for 2 years have no discipline, do whatever they want to do, while you're over here fucking building Noah's Ark while everybody's laughing at you. Y'all don't feel me. That's what I'm saying. No one feels me. Some people do because they did it, but it's hard. But that's what I mean by the work. That's not lazy. Watch. Go save 10%. Save 10% before you start trading. and say, okay, I don't have enough money to trade right now, but before I give up, before I do, what I'm going to do is save 10% of my money for the long term, and I'm going to save 10% of that so I could trade in the future. And if it took you a year to save up $2,000 to trade, how do you think you're going to trade that fucking $2,000? Do you get what I'm saying? You're going to even respect it a lot more. You won't be lazy. Because if it took you a long time to get there, you're going to be in that mindset as well too. So again, don't let your mind be darkened by obvious answers and questions. Don't miss them. And that's what it is, man. So that first paragraph is a banger. He said, subordinate attack may be the main one. Again, be prepared, but darken their intellect. Ready? Here's her quote. Men, U.S. chips team, hold on, this is coming out now, charged with company negotiations spared from deep cuts. So CHIPS Act office losing 2/5 of staff. So, men are not angered by mere misfortune, but a misfortune conceived as injury. And the sense of injury depends on the feeling that a legitimate claim has been denied. The more claims on life, therefore, that your patient can be included to make, the more often he will feel injured as a result. And as a result, ill-tempered. Now, you will have noticed that nothing throws him into a passion so easily as to find attractive time which he reckoned on having at his own disposal unexpectedly taken from him. It is the unexpected visitor when he looked forward to a quiet evening, or the friend's talkative wife turning up when he looked forward to a time with the friend, that throws him out of gear. Now, he is not yet so uncharitable or slothful that these small demands of his courtesy are in themselves too much for it. They anger him because he regards his time as his own and feels that it is being stolen. They anger him because he regards his time as his and it's being stolen. You must therefore zealously guard in his mind the curious assumption that my time is my own. Let him have the feeling that he starts each day as the lawful possessor of 24 hours. Let him feel as a grievous tax the portion of the property which he has to make over to his employers, and a generous donation to the further portion which he allows to his religious duties. But what he must never be permitted to doubt is that the total from which these deductions have been made was in some mysterious sense his own personal birthright. Are you getting it? So he's saying, it's very simple. Men do not get angered by misfortune unless they perceive it as injury. And he said, expectations. That's it. The more claims you have on life, the more likely you will fall for this. White House seeks plan for possible Russia sanctions relief. Sources say, Reuters. So literally reducing Russian sanctions. I'd watch oil too or anything else, but that's coming out now. So think about it. The more you expect, higher expectations, you'll probably end up being more vulnerable to this. But I hope you get the situation that he was saying. No, oil will, if anything, this will make oil flow a little bit more. Well, yeah, it should actually make oil go down. But nothing else moved. That one candle got us way more activity. But I hope you guys are getting the scenario. So he's saying two things. The more somebody feels entitled to, the more easier it is to disappoint them. So he's saying the point that really gets people bothered is when their time gets taken from them. Have you ever had that happen? You thought you were going to sit at home and watch a movie all day, and then your friend randomly comes up, or somebody, your dad, is like, I need help. Have you ever had that where you set aside your day off on Saturday and you're like, oh, yeah, a day for me. I'm going to do whatever. And then your wife comes in and is like, we got to go do this. Uh-huh. That's what he's talking about. He's saying how man usually just gets bothered by their time. That's it. Just think about this. Think about this. You set aside your time for something, and it doesn't happen. That is an opportunity for the demon to mess with you. Sadly, most of us will get pissed off by that moment. And if you don't realize it, that may be detrimental for you more than you think. It's building up this habit of entitlement. And that entitlement of time is what can be used as a trigger to get you do other worse vices. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I told you in the beginning, bro, I kind of realized about myself, I don't think I had a problem with sex. I think I had a problem with getting annoyed. Again, I would get entitled about things. I would get pissed, and then that would lead me into wherever. But that's what he's saying here. The easiest way to do this is get man to value his time, that it's only his. Set something up, and when that gets taken from him, boom, all bets are off. What vice will it lead to? I'm glad you guys are understanding that. I think I just saw a lot of light bulbs go off. Again, latest headline was Russia's sanctions. Didn't move much. They're saying they want to release them. Or again, a possible plan for relief. So what's the other part, though? Do you guys get how he ended it? So he explains this scenario, but then he ends it. Never be permitted to doubt that the total from these deductions have been made in some serious way his own personal birthright. Do you get it? This is the obvious question. This is where the demons are laughing at you. Because you're getting so mad about your time. You're like, this is my time. They can't believe this is my time. And they went out, this is my time. Okay. Sir? What do you mean your time? Who gave it to you? That's the part that he's highlighting. He's saying, the demon wants you. The demon wants you to be that entitled towards your time. Believe it or not. The demon does not want you to ask this question. Wait, why is it my time? That's it. So, let's continue. You have here a delicate task. The assumption, which you want him to go on making, is so absurd that if once it is questioned, even we cannot find a shred of argument in its defense. The man can neither make nor retain one moment of time. It all comes to him by pure gift. He might as well regard the sun and the moon as his chattels. He is also, in theory, committed a total service of the enemy. And if the enemy appeared to him in bodily form and demanded that total service for even one day, he would not refuse. He would be greatly relieved if that one day involved nothing harder than listening to the conversation of a foolish woman, and he would be relieved almost to pitch of disappointment for 1/2 hour in that day the enemy said, now you may go and amuse yourself. Now, if he thinks about his assumption for a moment, even when he's bound to realize that he is actually in this situation every day, when I speak of preserving this assumption is in his mind, therefore, the last thing I mean for you to do is furnish him with arguments in its defense. There aren't any. Your task is purely negative. Don't let his thoughts come anywhere near it. Wrap a darkness about it. In the center of that darkness, let his sense of ownership in time lie silent, uninspected, and operative. Do you get it? Even the demon itself is saying, we can't even defend this. U.S. sanctions could be lifted for some Russian oligarchs, according to sources. He's saying, bro, the job of the demon is purely negative in this case. Because once a human starts to question this, you can't, it's stupid. Do you get it? He's saying all you have to do is get them to focus on this weird entitlement and ownership of time. So let me put it this way. If you think your time is your time, and you get mad at people because they took your time, all that stuff, right? Do you own the sun? Like, is that your sun is that why I'm not tan? Because I can't use your sun? Can I use your moon? That's not your moon, that's not your wind? Ironically enough, like all these things in life, time you've kind of been given to it. Do you not get it? The obvious paradox is technically nobody owns time. Where did our sense of ownership over time come from? And why does it lead us to getting pissed off? And then leading us down a road of vices and God knows what else. The sense of ownership in general ways is always to be encouraged. The humans are always putting up claims to ownership, which sound equally funny in heaven and in hell, and we must keep them doing so. Much of the modern resistance to chastity comes from men's belief that they own their bodies. Those vast and perilous estates pulsating with the energy that made the worlds, in which they find themselves without their consent and from which they are ejected at the pleasure of another. It is as if a royal child whom his father has placed for love's sake in a titular command of some great province, under the rule of wise counselors, should come to fancy he really owns the cities, the forest, and the corn, in the same way as he owns the bricks on the nursery floor. Trump is live. We're getting volume. Crude is settled. I don't know. No, I don't have it yet. Let me double check. Oh, White House. Yeah, it's live, but not live. So it'll be here in a sec. I think we'll be done just in time. We produce this sense of ownership not only by pride, but by confusion. We teach them not to notice the different senses of the possessive pronoun, the finely graded differences that run from my boots through my dog, my servant, my wife, my father, my master, my country, to my God. They can be taught to reduce all of these senses to that of my boots, the my of ownership. Even in the nursery, a child can be taught to mean by my teddy bear, not the old imagined recipient of affection to whom it stands in a special relation, for that is what the enemy will teach them to mean if they're not careful, but the bear I could pull to the pieces if I like. And the other end of the scale, we must have taught men to say, my God, in a sense not really very different from my boots, meaning the God on whom I have a claim for my distinguished services and whom I exploit from the pulpit, the God I have done a corner in. And all the time, the joke that the word mine, in its fully possessive sense, cannot be uttered by a human being about anything. In his long run, either our father or the enemy will say mine of each thing that exists, and specifically of each man. They will find out in the end, never fear, to whom their time, their souls, and their bodies really belong. Certainly not to them. Whatever happens, at present, the enemy says mine, of everything on pedantic, legalistic ground that he made it. Our Father hopes in the end to say mine of all things on the more realistic and dynamic ground of conquest. Yikes. Your affectionate Uncle Screwtape. That's crazy. That was a... Chad, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if you want me to tell you this. Do you get that last paragraph? That's insane. Some of you, I might punch you right now. It's not even. You might repent. That's crazy. Y'all don't get it. Bro. This whole thing I just read you is about demons making you be like mine, my time, and let you have a false sense of ownership so you get pissed off. But what is the reality? Like, for real, the reality, we own nothing. Nothing is ours. What do you mean mine? We're humans. Technically, everything has been given to us. Even anything you created is built off of resources that were here before you. We don't own nothing. That's the paradox. We're nothing. What do you mean mine? What do we have? So do you not get the scary part? That's what he's saying. The demon's goal is to distract you and make you believe that you could actually have things, when the reality is that you are somebody's thing. Did you pick up on that? The only person who owns something is God. Technically, in writing, he's the only person who said, I made all of this. And then who else? The devil. God, this earth is the devil's world. Right? They don't call it, they say he's the Prince of here. Prince of Peace is different. Do you not get it? There's only two people who are going to have mine. It's either God or the devil. And at the end of your life, they're either going to say, he was mine or she was mine. Your whole life, you're going to get tricked into thinking all these things, even your time and even the moon, is yours. But in reality, depending on how you live at the end of it, either the devil or God is going to be like, yep, look, that's mine. Damn. So on that note, Chad, don't get pissed off over time. Do what you got to do, baby. But you own nothing. If anything, you are somebody else's. I wonder which one. But take that to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on that video. You're on mobile, press hot chat, X out the chat, hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the nightly watch list in my channel. First link for the Screaming Lads Boot Camp in Real Estate. Spy flushing again. Low ticker just went crazy. Biomarin at the high. Yeah, Biomarin. I haven't seen the Spy again. You got the Russia stuff. Key Wiz. That was a good one, bro. I'm telling you. It's a crazy one. All right. Well, Trump is going to be on any moment now. So I think that was perfect timing. Let's free the chat and get some uncle. Oh, yeah. Go to Uncle Spotify. We need 30 more new listeners. And then we hit 9,000.
$1 for the tacos, $1 for the chicken. Used to think life rough then, but now I'm reminiscing. Dream is feeling distant. Supposed to have her. Shoulda had her. But now I have her. So frustrating. So irate. So I'm just saying, why the fuck we so patient? If this was 68, we would've had a riot. Now you speaking for the people and they tell you be quiet. I ain't buying it. Little guy defend the MNC, anoint him at the DNC. Why your social movement always benefit the S&P? The first place to look for enemies. Enemies, not your fucking family. Know your core beliefs. I hope you see the war beneath. Forget about the future. They say only grab what's in your reach. They ain't smiling at you. It's a battle and they showing deep. Taught you how to criticize, so wisdom stay beneath your feet. Man, I'm feeling overlooked. They ain't even hungry, but they telling us that we cook. Hard to read the room if you can't even read a book yet. Hard to fake a smile when they sewn our mouths shut. Fuck, we won't even hear this. You won't even feel this. Jealousy override empathy.
Thank you, Uncle. Yeah, Trump is now live. Bro, this one's going to be weird.
Saying the world of chips, certainly, but
Watch
in the
your
world
speakers.
pretty
I'm
much
gonna
of
turn it up.
business. Nobody's done what he's done. For those of you that are into that world, you would say, wow, he's a legend, but he is a legend, and it's an honor to be with you. Very great honor. Thank you very much.
Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
That's TSM, dude.
From TSMC, which is
Yeah,
the biggest there
so
is
watch.
at a level that you can't even calculate, frankly. CC Way to the White House for a very historic announcement. This is a tremendous
I need to go pee,
thing for
so
our
you guys
country
might
and
be
hopefully
blind without
for
me.
his company.
Just watch the
We're
wire.
also
You have it
pleased
up,
to be
right?
joined by Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and White House AI and SIP, the crypto czar David Sachs, another two very highly respected people. It's great to have you guys involved. And David, thank you very much for coming on. David is sort of the king of intellect in that world. We have some good people. Today, Taiwan Semiconductor is announcing that they will be investing at least $100 billion in new capital in the United States over the next short period of time to build state-of-the-art semiconductor manufacturing facilities. I think mostly it's going to be in Arizona, which is what I understand, which is a great state. I like it because I won it, but I won most of them, actually. But I did. We won it, and we won it big. The most powerful AI chips in the world will be made right here in America, and it'll be a big percentage of the chips made by his company. But as you know, they're based mostly in Taiwan, and they're far and away the biggest. There's nobody even close. This $100 billion in new investment will go into building 5 cutting-edge fabrication facilities in the great state that we just discussed, Arizona, and will create thousands of jobs, many thousands of jobs, and they're high-paying jobs. In total, today's announcement brings Taiwan Semiconductor investments to about $165 billion they've started already. Among the largest new foreign direct investments in the United States, Apple, as you know, made a big announcement last week of $500 billion, and we have some others that have announced. We have many that want to announce. But I don't have time to do all of these announcements, I tell you. But for you, I'm doing the announcement.
Thank you.
This will create hundreds of billions of dollars in economic activity and boost America's dominance in artificial intelligence and beyond. Semiconductors are the backbone of the 21st century economy. And really, without the semiconductors, there is no economy. Powering everything from AI to automobiles to advanced manufacturing. And we must be able to build the chips and semiconductors that we need right here in American factories with American skill and American labor. And that's exactly what we're doing. As you know, Taiwan pretty much has a monopoly on that market. And I think pretty much is not a term that's even appropriate. They do have a monopoly. And this is a tremendous move by the most powerful company in the world. It's a matter of economic security. It's also a matter of national security for us. And at the same time, Mr. Wei will be able to diversify and have his a tremendous presence in another place and a very safe place. And I want to thank Taiwan Semiconductor for doing the announcement. And I'd like to ask Mr. Wei to say a few words, if you might. And I'd also like to ask Howard and David, you can say a couple of words, but maybe you should go first because right now he's
All
the
right,
most important
Arizona,
man in the room. I'm sorry, fellas.
Taiwanese, yeah.
Please.
That's what we heard
Thank you
earlier.
very much.
Everything else, though, is
Great honor.
new.
Thank you.
But I don't know if it's going to be as like. This reminds me of the Oracle one.
I'm a little bit nervous, so I have to pull out my piece of paper. Mr. President, Secretary.
Yeah, thank you. You're
Arnie,
welcome.
And David, I didn't know that your title, but okay. First, I want to say thank you to Mr. President to give me this opportunity to announce our big project in the U.S. TSMC is the world's largest chip manufacturing funded by Dr. Morris Chen in 1987. It's now at the forefront of semiconductor technology, supporting AI advancement and industry growth. In fact, I would like to wind back the time that in 2020, we have to thank President Trump's vision and his support. So TSMC start the journey of establishing the advanced chip manufacturing in Arizona. And now, let me proudly say, now the vision become reality. In Phoenix, Arizona, with 3,000 employees, we are producing the most advanced chip made on U.S. soil. With the success of our first fab, so we are now very happy to announce we are going to invest additional $100 billion US dollar in addition to our current $65 billion US dollars investment in Arizona. We are going to build 3 more new fabs after we promised 3 fabs already, and another 2 very advanced packaging fabs.
Would they sell off a state? I don't even know, man. Because like again, even the
also in Arizona,
the other one was weird. Remember SoftBank, and then like homeboy really didn't have the money, and then they raised it.
$165 billion is going to create
I don't know if
thousands of high-paid jobs as a president.
I have no idea how it fully played out.
And we are most important. Actually, we are going to produce
and then
many
Spy coming
AI
back
chips.
down. Dude, we haven't really moved after that little
chips
reaction
to support
from
AI
the bottom.
Progress and to support the smartphones progress.
TSM has over $100 billion cash on hand.
Again, with that,
I don't know if that's what Chad's saying.
I want to thank President Trump again for his support. In addition, I also want to thank my customers in the U.S., such as Apple, NVIDIA, AMD, Qualcomm, Broadcom. They all support TSMC's manufacturing in the U.S. Without their support, we probably cannot make it through. So, again, I want to thank them. Also, I'd like to thank the TSMC's employee. Without their effort, we just cannot make it today. That's all I want to say, and thank you.
Thank you. That's good. Thank you very much. Howard, please, David.
Sure.
Thank you.
So I'm thrilled to be here today because President Trump has made it a fundamental objective to bring semiconductor chip manufacturing home to America. Under the Biden administration, TSMC received a $6 billion grant, and that encouraged them to build $65 billion. So America gave TSMC 10% of the money to build here. And now you're seeing the power of Donald Trump's presidency, because TSMC, the greatest manufacturer of chips in the world, is coming to America with a $100 billion investment.
This is terrible for Intel, right?
And of course, that is
I'm like doing mountain climbers, and I'm like, do you not hear this, you guys?
Because they can avoid paying tariffs. So the idea is
I thought I was the greatest American chip. Yeah, Intel's getting murdered
build
off of this,
bro.
This is
American
terrible.
Customers, the Apple,
yeah, this
NVIDIA,
is not good for Intel.
That whole list.
Yeah.
That
look again, a mid-workout, even then, the market's coming down too.
In order to bring,
no, but you call all your other girls
so
the
really,
best
really
chip maker,
excited.
huh?
This continues.
You said I was the best chip maker
path
in
you've
America.
ever seen in these first weeks
oh,
and
you
months
tell that to
of the Trump
everybody,
administration of incredible manufacturing
US
coming
arms.
to America. The keys that the president has called out are coming here. They're coming here in huge size.
Yeah, you got Ukraine,
because they want to be
TSM
in the
on the high. I
greatest
think
market
Intel's
in the
gonna go a
world,
little lower off
and they
this.
want to avoid the tariffs that if they're not here, they'd have to suffer. So I want to congratulate CC Wei for bringing in this incredible $100 billion investment, but it's on the shoulders of our President Donald Trump, which is why he's coming. So thank you.
Thank you. David?
Thank you, sir. Well, the products that TSMC makes are literally the most important products in the world. I mean, these advanced chips power everything. They power AI, they power your phone, they power your cars. And Without them, the whole modern economy would stop, but they're not made in the United States. So for TSMC to move here is a huge, huge development, and we owe that to President Trump's leadership on the economy.
Yeah, now it's, oh my gosh, bro.
And Cece, thank you for coming here.
There's no way. Y'all just listen to me, huh? Y'all just realize that after I have my sit-up
thought? A big percentage of chips with this investment will be made now, a big percentage. Worldwide, we had very little, almost none. We used to have a lot with Intel, but we had very little. And we'll be at close to 40% of the market with this transaction and a couple of others that we're doing. That's a tremendous leap. Like a leap that nobody would have really said
Trump
was
admin stop
possible.
financing
So
new
I just want
weapons
to thank
to
you all for being
Ukraine,
here. If you want a couple of
freezing
questions.
shipments from U.S. stockpiles.
Ideally on this subject, yes.
Yeah, that was on the wire here a couple minutes ago.
You're probably talking about 25,000 jobs. But it'll get bigger and bigger with time. Knowing this gentleman, it'll get bigger and bigger. There'll be no stopping him. Yeah, Brian, go ahead.
In addition to the job, you talked about national security, and
that killed the rumor. Yeah, it might. And it just doesn't sound good if they start talking the same exact way about
the chips
TSM
and
as
semiconductors,
Intel.
nothing
It kind of
runs today. You
changes
can't
how.
buy a car without.
That's what I was
them.
saying. I was listening to them.
A
Like, dude,
radio,
they're
a
saying the same
television,
thing about
you can't
TSM
get
that they
anything.
said about Intel.
And we
So
thought it
just
was very
doesn't have the
important,
same,
obviously
remember they were
business-wise,
like,
but we
JD
thought
Vance,
even in terms of
all
national
that,
security
so
to have
we'll see.
This large percentage of the chips, semiconductors, and other things that they make, the most important product, and not a product that you can really copy. It takes years and years. You know, on the needle of a pin is total genius. I mean, they can put things. I mean, something the size of the needle, the point of a pin, they put information that is just not even believable. So if you would see this, it's just really something. Yes, Brian?
One aspect of that, Honda announced they're coming to Indiana because of the tariffs. Once again,
That's right.
bringing additional jobs in manufacturing. You want to comment on that as well?
Well, Honda's coming, and I told you about Apple that they're going to be starting to build massively here, $500 billion. And we have many other companies going to be announced, but we had many that have already announced. And now it's going to be great. It's looking really strong. I don't think this country has ever seen anything like we're seeing right now. Now, the tariffs, as you know, will start a week earlier than the reciprocal, which is going to be on a couple of weeks earlier. Reciprocal tariffs start on April 2nd.
We had that earlier.
And I wanted to make it
so
April 1st, but I didn't want to do. I didn't want to go
Listen,
April Fool's Day.
Don't trip on that.
Because that costs a lot of money. But
so again, that's when we got those other plays.
So we're going April 2nd. But very importantly, tomorrow tariffs 25% on Canada and 25% on Mexico, and that'll
tomorrow
start.
25.
So they're
That's
going to
bad.
have to have a tariff.
People
so what
thought
they
it was going to be like 15
build their car
or
plants,
lower,
frankly, and other things in the United States.
No,
in
that
which
has.
case they
He's
have
saying
no tariffs.
tomorrow.
In other words,
so you'll get a little bit of a play.
Exactly what Mr. Wei is doing by building here. Otherwise, they'll build. If they did them in Taiwan to send them here, they'll have 25% or 30% or 50% or whatever the number may be someday. It'll go only up. But by doing it here, he has no tariff, so he's way ahead of the game.
I got
And
the other ones.
I would just say this to people in Canada or Mexico, if they're going to build car plants, the people that are doing them are much better off.
Again, we already had those puts.
We have the market.
PHILO ones.
We're the market where they sell the most. And so I think it's going to be very exciting.
But again, we had the April 2nd one, but him saying 25% on tariff,
I can think
it's
of
just a little bit more
as
negative
an example,
for the
North Carolina.
It's more negative for the people who thought it would be lighter this morning.
For hotels, and it's been wiped out. That business all went to other countries, and now it's all going to come back into North Carolina, the furniture manufacturing business, please.
Is the Ukraine minerals deal now dead, or can it be revived?
Well, I'll let you know. We're making a speech. You probably heard about it tomorrow night, so I'll let you know tomorrow night. But no, I don't think so. I think it's a great deal for us because Biden.
Damn, I
very,
whiffed
very
the other
foolishly,
ones. I had some really
stupidly,
cheap
frankly, gave $300 billion and $350 billion more accurately.
It's crazy. Low ticker looks insane, but the
country.
Yeah, it's like holding.
Fight and to try and do things. And you know what happened? We get nothing. We get nothing. Just gave it. We could have rebuilt our entire U.S. Navy with $350 billion. Think of it, $350 billion. We could have rebuilt our U.S. Navy. So he gave it away as fast as the money could be gone. And what we're doing is getting that all back and a lot more than that. And we need It's very important for this business that we're talking about here with chips and semiconductors and everything else. We need rare earths.
Ukraine mineral deal update on
the
Tuesday.
deal we have is we have the finest rare earths that you can.
Sir, Mr. President, what do you need to see from President Zelensky to restart these negotiations?
Well, I just think he should be more appreciative because this country has stuck with them through thick and thin. We've given them much more than Europe, and Europe should have given more than us because, as you know, that's right there. That's the border. This country really was like the fence on the border. It was very important to Europe, and I'm not knocking Europe. I'm saying that just
doesn't
they were a lot
think
smarter
Ukraine
than Joe
mineral
Biden,
deal is
Joe
dead.
Biden
That's good. The currencies
didn't
are
have a clue.
still
He just gave
flushing,
money
though.
hand over fist.
So watch out. You could get a
and they
double
should have
dip
been
on
able
the
to equalize with
They're
us.
like
In other
kinda
words, if
shitty.
we gave $1, they should have given. Well, we gave
I
350
whiffed on
billion.
my
They
other one. I had
probably
a
gave
great
100.
one. I
But on
pressed the
top
wrong
of it
button.
all, they get their money back because they're doing it in
Again,
the
the
form
ones
of
we
a
made
loan,
earlier,
and it's
you
a
should be
secured
good on
loan.
those.
So when I saw that,
They're up a little
which
bit.
I've
They're up
known
more.
about for a little
FDIC
while,
to propose
I said
rollback
it's
of
time for
Biden
us to
rule that
be
ramped
smart.
up scrutiny
At the
of
same
large
time,
bank
it's
mergers.
great for them because they get us in the country
hold
taking
on. Check
the rare
banks.
earth,
Check City.
which is going to fuel this big engine, and especially the engine
That's good for banks,
that
but
we've
they're
in a
all
very
going
short
down
time
already.
created, and we get something, and we're there. We have a presence there. With
Okay,
all of
little
that being
bounce.
said,
Again,
I want one
that
thing to happen.
news on
I want
25. That means
all of those
tomorrow
young
you
people to
actually get
stop
the
being
25%
killed. They're being
tariff.
killed by the
Some people
thousands
thought it would
every
be a little
single
bit
week.
better. The
Last
reciprocal
week,
stuff was
2,700
old,
were killed.
so I wouldn't freak out
2,700
too much.
young,
but
in this case, just
really, the
about
question of going
all
down or buying up,
young boys.
that'll be what?
From Ukraine
That'll be related to whether
from
people
Russia.
are going to
And
start freaking
that's
out
not
about
young
tomorrow.
people
essentially.
from the United States, but it's on a human basis. I want to see it stop. The money is one thing, but the death, and they're losing thousands of soldiers a week, and that's not including the people that get killed every time a town goes down or a missile goes into a town. And I want to see it stop. Yes.
Are you considering canceling military aid to Ukraine? And can we get a reaction to what the Premier just said, that your administration is bringing U.S. worldview in alignment with Moscow's?
So this is a deal that should have never happened. This is a deal that would have never happened. And it didn't happen for 4 years. It didn't happen. It was never even close to happening. If I were president, it would not have happened. And October 7th would not have happened in Israel. And inflation wouldn't have happened. And Afghanistan, disastrous. The way they withdrew, not the fact that they withdrew, but the way they withdrew would have never happened. And we would have had
tomorrow
Bagram
place,
right now
because
instead
that's what
of
I'm going to
China
be putting
having
on.
It
The
was
ones
1
I
hour
missed
away
there,
from
but
where
I'm
China
looking
makes
at
their nuclear
tomorrow
weapons. We
place
would
for
have
the
kept
spy.
Bagram with
And
one
then
of the biggest air
TLT too.
bases
Don't
in the
forget about
world.
that.
All
Because
of
if the
these
spy
things
starts
happened, and
moving
it's a
enough,
shame.
TLT is going to
But
be packing
it
a
is
little
what
bit.
it is, and now we're here.
But watch,
I
we
wanna
either
see
flush
it
again
end
or bounce.
fast.
Again, this just all depends
I don't
on
wanna see this
25%
go on
tariffs.
for years
Again, there
and
was an
years.
idea
Now,
that they could be lower
President
today.
Zelensky supposedly
15, but
made a
yeah.
statement today
So
in
factor
AP.
that into
I'm
the
not a big fan
equation.
of AP, so maybe it was an incorrect statement. But he said he thinks the war's going to go on for a long time. And he better not be right about that. That's all I'm saying.
This project, could this minimize the impact to the U.S. with chips should China decide to isolate Taiwan or China decide to take Taiwan?
Well, it's a very interesting point. It's a great question, actually. But this would certainly, I can't say minimize. That would be a catastrophic event, obviously. But it will at least give us a position where we have, in this very, very important business, we would have a very big part of it in the United States. So it would have a big impact
VIX
if
on the
something
high
should
and
happen
Yang.
with Taiwan.
So China going down.
Are you looking at
That was just a
relieving
Taiwan
Russian sanctions
question.
if there
Yeah,
is a
K-Web on the low.
Well, we're
Bro,
gonna make
Canadian
deals
dollar
with,
and
everybody
the
to get
peso
this
are
world,
moving.
including
So that's what I'm
Europe and
saying.
European
Depending on how
nations.
those move, that's the real
And they've
catalyst
acted
to
very
this.
well. You know,
Yeah,
they're
bro.
good
Look at
people. I know
Mexico.
most
That's
of
how
them are
good.
friends of mine. The
I'm
heads
surprised
of
the
state,
spies
the
even
heads
holding
of
like
the
that.
various countries, prime ministers from the different. I got four prime ministers and 5 presidents called me over the last 2 days, and they want to work it out. They want to get it worked out. And I think they're also, you know, they're talking money, but the money is less important than the deaths.
Zelensky better not be right about Ukraine going on for a long time.
And people would say, why do I care about Ukraine?
Yeah, K-Web, look at the low ticker. VIX is on the high. SPY's doing a lot better.
But they're pretty young.
So other things are moving.
You know,
VIX
Ukraine
is right under
running a little
22,
bit
but
low.
the SPY is
And they're
staying
getting
pretty
older.
good. There's a
They're
lot more
recruiting
shit
older people.
like moving.
It's a very, very sad thing that's happening over there, and we want to get it finished.
Just
we
think
want to
about
stop
next
the
week.
death.
That's all you got to do. For tomorrow, that's it.
On the tariffs, is there any room left for Canada
You got
and
a
Mexico
little
to
bit.
make
You got
a
enough
deal before
already.
midnight? And should we expect those Chinese tariffs, the extra 10%, to take
No
effect
room
tomorrow?
left for Mexico or for Canada. No, the tariffs, they're all set. They go into effect tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it. That's bearish.
Just to follow up
You
on
just
my
said
colleague's
it's
question.
still
And
not
just so you
gonna.
understand, vast amounts of fentanyl have poured into
no
our
good,
country
Habibi.
from Mexico, and as you know, also from China, where it goes to Mexico and goes to Canada. And China also had an additional 10, so it's 10 plus 10.
Yeah.
And it comes in from Canada and it comes in from Mexico, and that's a very important thing to say. Yeah, please go ahead.
Have you decided if you're going to suspend military aid to Ukraine? Have you made that decision?
Well, I haven't even talked about that. Right
There you
now.
go.
I
It's
mean,
flushing.
right
The
now,
whole
we'll
both
see what
plays should be
happens.
going up now.
A lot of things are happening
So we
right
good.
now.
We got some.
As we
Again,
speak.
not like I'm saying.
Literally,
the
as we
tariff
speak, I
thing
could
got a
give you
little
an
bit
answer,
more
go back to my
aggressive. He
office.
just said
The beautiful
even if
Oval
they go
Office,
against
I could
China,
go
they're
back
not
into
doing
the Oval
anything.
Office
And yeah,
find
go
out
look.
that
Go
the
look at the
answer is
fucking
obsolete.
currencies.
It's like his business. It's obsolete. You come up with a new chip and it's obsolete about 2 minutes later, right? But that's what's good about his business. That's why he's the only one that's successful in it. But
To follow up my colleague's question, from Russia saying that your foreign policy is largely in line with their vision, should that be concerning to Americans?
Yeah, I got
Should that
one
be
more
concerning
play.
to
I'm
Americans?
going for the
That
gambly one.
But Russia says that your
but you could get a
administration's
better
foreign
one.
policy is, quote, largely in line with their vision.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think it takes two to tango, and you're going to have to make a deal with Russia, and you're going to have to make a deal with Ukraine. You're going to have the assent, and you're going to have the consent from the European nations, because I think that's important, and from us.
That's it,
I
man.
think everybody has to get into a
all
room,
of 'em
so to
hanging.
speak, and we have to make
I
a
would've told
deal.
you guys the
And the
second
deal
put,
could be made
but
very
again,
fast. It should
we
not
had
be that hard a
complainer
deal to
chat,
make.
so
It could be
I
made
hope that proves the
very
point.
fast. Now, maybe
But shout out to
somebody
Stream
doesn't want to
Alerts.
make a deal, and if somebody
You'll either
doesn't
get
want
a
to make
small.
a deal,
There's
I think
another
that
play to
person
go
won't
for.
be
The
around
play I
very
just
long.
did
That
was like a
person
ghetto
will
spy
not be
put.
listened
So
to
there's a
very
play you
long,
could be making, and we've
because
done it
I
last
believe
week.
that Russia wants to
that
make a
you should
deal.
be. It's the only
I
thing you
believe
should be
certainly
focusing
the
on
people
besides
of
this
Ukraine
spy.
want to make a deal. They've
That'll
suffered
get you
more
there.
than
And
anybody
then
else.
keep
We
it
talk
small.
about suffering.
Like I'm
They've
saying,
suffered.
think
But
about
If
tomorrow.
you think about it, under
I think this is
President
bad
Bush,
for
they got
Intel.
Georgia.
Everything you just said was
Right?
very bearish
Russia got Georgia.
for Intel, let alone that
Under
now the Mexico
President
thing's not
Obama,
good.
They got a nice big submarine base, a nice big chunk of land where they have their submarines. You know that, right? Crimea. Under President Trump, they got nothing. And under President Biden, they tried to get the whole thing. They tried to get the whole big Ukraine, the whole thing. If I didn't get in here, they would have gotten the whole thing. So I can only say, you can go back to Bush, you can go back to Obama, and go back to Biden. They took a lot. The only one they didn't get, you know what I gave them? I gave them anti-tank missiles. That's what I gave them. I gave them sanctions on Russia. I gave them javelins. You know the javelins? You know when they took out all those tanks? You know the tanks were heading to Kiev by the hundreds, and they were unstoppable.
Yeah, bro, they all hit. All right,
And I gave them
one of them. But
javelins.
Damn, I always sell these puts hella
So,
early.
You know, I really, Putin is the one that will tell you
I'm
this
gonna
is
get rid of one
not
of
been
them. I got a
so good
couple.
for
You
them.
can make the first, the other
fact
set
is that
free.
I just want fairness.
I would.
I want
But
fairness.
those are, again,
But
those are
think
going
of
to
it.
protect you good into
I gave
tomorrow.
Russia nothing except grief. I gave them nothing. I gave them sanctions and javelins. That's what I gave them. Obama gave them sheets, and you heard that statement before. It's a very famous. Trump gave them javelins, and Obama
I
gave them
made the
sheets, and then they
second
say
set
how
of
close
spy
I am
puts
to Russia.
free. The first
Let me
one's
tell you, we
good.
have to make a deal because there are a lot of people being killed that shouldn't be killed. But remember, Trump gave them nothing, and the other presidents gave them a lot. They gave them everything.
On trade, you met with Argentine President Javier Milei at CPAC. He wants to sign a free trade agreement with
Right.
the United States. Is that something that you would consider even with Argentina?
I'll
or any other
consider
country?
anything.
All
in
the old
Argentina, I
ones,
think
even
he's
some
great,
of the
by the
ones
way. I
there
think
too.
he's
So a lot of them are
great
moving.
leader.
Just take advantage
He's doing
of
a great
them.
job. He's doing a fantastic job.
possible.
Brought it back from oblivion.
And then the
Yeah,
early
well,
cheap
look at
plays,
things.
those
We're
hit as
looking
well
at the
too. You can
UK
make
with
one
things.
free
It
if
doesn't
you
have
make
to
them
be
all
tariffs,
free.
but,
That's what I'm doing.
Tariffs are
every
easy,
single play, even the
they're
puts, which we
fast,
already
they're
made free
efficient,
through the calls.
and they bring
Everything went up
fairness. For
100%.
instance, when people kill
So
their
make that free too.
their dollar, their equivalent of the
Everything's just
dollar,
getting
whether,
made free.
whether
Now
it's
we'll have
the
a free play
yuan or
coming
the
in
yen
tomorrow.
in Japan or the yuan in China, when they drop them down, that puts us at a very unfair disadvantage. So all I have to do is say, Howard, we're going to have to raise the tariffs a little bit, because I've called President Xi, I've called the leaders of Japan
Beautiful.
to say you can't continue to reduce and break down your currency. You can't do it because it's unfair to us. It's very hard for us to make tractors, Caterpillar, here when Japan, China, and other places are killing their currency, meaning driving it down. So all of these things
Good
add up.
explanation, Trump.
And
Thank
the
you.
way you solve it very easily is with tariffs, because when they do that, instead of having to make phone calls every day like I used to do with certain leaders, President Xi a little bit, a lot of phone calls, talking about the fact that they're lowering their yuan, they're lowering it down, and that makes it very, very hard for us. So this way I just say, look, let them do that, and we make up for it with the tariffs. But
Will you be speaking with Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum about
yeah,
something?
sure, I will. I have a lot of respect for her. I have a lot of respect for her.
Mr. President, Mr. President. Tariff takes
Yeah.
effect. It'll be 20% on China now. How high are you willing to go against China?
Well, I can't say. It depends on what they do with their currency. It depends on what they do in terms of a
That's both good and
retaliation
bad,
with some
but I
kind
think
of an
they just weaken
economic
their currency.
retaliation, which I don't think they're going to retaliate too much. Hey, look, the United States has been taken advantage of for 40 years. The United States has been a laughingstock for years and years. That's why this gentleman is built in Taiwan instead of building here. It would have been better if he built here. If we had a president that knew what they were doing, and we had a lot of them very bad on trade. Look, I'm a huge fan of Ronald Reagan, but he was bad on trade, very bad on trade. He allowed a lot of people, a lot of businesses to be taken. So I say that with due respect, because he was so great on other things, but he was bad on trade. We are setting records right now, records like nobody has ever seen before. When you have companies like this coming in, and almost 40% of their company in one signature is going to be devoted to what he does, which is one of the most important businesses in the world. That's an unbelievable thing. When Apple now is going to start building all of their plants here, all because of what we've done in terms of, it's not because he likes me or they like me. They don't probably like me at all. I don't know. I think he likes me a little bit at least.
A little bit.
But you know what? It's the incentive we created, or the negative incentive. I mean, it's going to be very costly for people to take advantage of this country. They can't come in and steal our money and steal our jobs and take our factories and take our businesses and expect not to be punished. And they're being punished by tariffs. It's a very powerful weapon that politicians haven't used because they were either dishonest, stupid, or paid off in some other form.
Stupid people.
And now we're using them.
Stupid people. Make your place free.
Say it.
Have you spoken with President Xi about this?
I don't want to tell you that. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Running for New York City mayor.
Oh.
People who don't respond to the emails be fired?
Yeah. Well, that was good. Well, we got our news plays. That's it. So I got a bunch of plays. I even made one more here like a second or two ago. But, yeah, I think it sucks. We got the tariff news, but right when he clarified the tariff amount, I let you guys know right away. I was paying attention. We even heard the Intel thing, and then right when he said no exceptions, those were our two bigger plays right there. So make your plays free. I got mine free. I'm going to ride into tomorrow. I added one more. I did 2 different sets, and then, yeah, we'll see where we end up, but not too bad. Everything, dude, the currencies went crazy. Yeah, the Intel one, I mean, I said it, and then I think the market heard me because that sounded pretty bad for Intel, or at the very least, that presentation made Intel look less special because they pretty much said the same thing about Intel, about TSM. So it's not as if Intel was the star child of America that they were going to build around. I mean, I think some people were a little worried. So we'll see. Premiums moved around a little bit. Again, the puts, man. So, again, made a couple of plays. We already made them free. They already went up 100%. You can now literally have free SPY puts for tomorrow. But other than that, I mean, we already kind of reacted way more than we should have today. It's a 2.3% day on the NASDAQ, but you were you were up by 0.9 in the morning. So that means you've relatively moved about 3.5% today, 3.4. And then, yeah, now SPY going lower. Only thing on the high ticker is volatility inverses. Ba-da-bop-bop-bop. All righty. What a crazy day. Yeah. They'll hit every put play we grab now is up. And then remember, we made one of the call sets free. So anything else was just cheap. So I'm happy. I can't complain. I don't think I sold out too early. I got more for my premiums on that little drop earlier than right now. So I haven't regretted it yet. I mean, China, you get one more day. So it could dump because the NPC isn't till Wednesday. Amazon, yeah, and then you have no more earnings. You guys know that, right? So, like, lately we've been ending and, like, you kind of have earnings, but today there's only 9. Am I still holding Zivra? I have no fucking clue, man. So I hope you traded that because you wanted it, not because I held it. So I don't know. I didn't, like I said, I gave an update on it, but I never really talked about the play, if that makes sense. I brought it up on the watch list, but I never told you when I bought it. So if you know and you have stream alerts, you'll get informed. But other than that, I don't remember. These were the news breakouts. It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, I won't know if it's a breakout. That just kind of hit subtly. And ironically, we had some of the other headlines here. So, again, we positioned our puts like right around here. And then we did that little call put thing. So, yeah, not too bad. But then just knowing the market right there helped. Like just knowing that the market thought they were going to get 15% and then 20, that's what kind of gave you the first drop. And then the no exceptions, that's kind of what added the second. And then Trump says further China tariffs depend on retaliation. I think that's a delayed headline from the interview. Okay, yalla. So the other ones that were further out the money did way better, believe it or not. Canadian Foreign Minister, Canada ready to put tariffs on $155 billion of goods. So Canada's responding right now. So not only now do you just have that literally Trump confirming the highest amount possible tomorrow, you now have Canada saying they want to retaliate with $155 billion, which is a lot. That is a major amount. Let's see if they do it. Yeah, man. See, now I'm starting to regret making it free. But yeah, they're going up now a little bit more. The out of the monies are the ones that went crazy. So the cheap ones I was telling you about, remember where homie was talking shit? Yeah. So those ones are doing way better percentage-wise than close. Those are almost 300% now. Again, they were very, very, those weren't supposed to hit. Those were insurance. That's why we went cheap on those and then grabbed the calls. And then we flipped the calls and then got those for free now. But, yeah, murder. Mata sirot. Now you're right at the weekly. Dude, this is crazy. This is like a 3-4% day now. Like it says 2.7, but you again 58.32. You are now lower than any point on Friday. Look at how big these candles are, bro. So get ready. You have 58.27. If we break that, bro, that's it. You're going to be at 5,800 probably by the end of the day, but we only have 45 minutes. Again, Mexico still getting clobbered. Let's see, Canada. Yeah, they're both down. Mexico is the one getting mollywopped. This is nasty. It is. It's kind of crazy. It didn't seem like that, but that last little fucking tariff move added to already being down 2. That added like another 0.5%, but we were already down a lot. So again, puts premiums are coming down. They're still elevated, so do what you need to do. Or again, finalize your calls. Keep some of the calls on watch. You either buy them now or end of the day, and then really you're just positioning and playing for tomorrow on the tariffs now. But now you're getting most of the data. This could be round 2 of the trade war. I mean, that's it. 155 billion reaction, and then tomorrow's big now. 25% tariffs. Let me see if I can pull up the chart, but that's it. We were telling you this in advance, but this is where we begin now. Give me a sec. Let my charts load up. First little bounce. MO on the high. Shout out value. But yeah, NASDAQ down 2.6. You were up by 0.9 in the morning. Today's not good though. Even Dow's down 167. You got a couple of rotation names like MO, but nah, big dog. Today was way more risk off than some of the other days. Way less rotation. Today was like everything. Yeah, MO was just killing it. All right, SPY a little bit. I don't know if, again, we have like 40 minutes. I don't know how long this will last. So this could either be the velocity bounce if it turns into it, but that's it. Canada headline is hitting again. So again, Canada Foreign Minister Jolly says 155 billion. We got that like literally right after Trump was done speaking. Chances of Bank of Canada rate hike rate cut to 65%. Everything gave up. That's what I'm telling you. You don't want to see days like this where you just start doing nothing and then sell off at the end of the day. That's not a good sign. That means every rally is fake, or it doesn't even matter. It's not confidence inspiring. Intel. All right, well, 45 minutes. Okay, here it is. Where is my tariff chart? Tariff chart. Is it? Yeah. So here's the problem. Are you ready? Tomorrow, all of these come into play. I don't like these. So now they're going to do 25% tariff on legitimately $511 billion of goods. That's massive. Now you could talk about it. And now that's why I'm, in a weird way, the market's handling it a lot better, and then they're going to respond. But if this is actually full 25 tomorrow, essentially about 500 billion in goods. And then they're saying they're going to respond back with 100 billion, but yeah, they'll probably have the bigger impact on them. AK more negative for Canada and Mexico. All right. And then on that note, God bless America. God bless Chattadonia. I love you. And I will BRB. I'm going to go to the potty.
Yes, I think that
S&P,
several people in the administration point to the early 1900s when, before the income tax was instituted, virtually all of U.S. revenue was generated from tariffs. And they pointed to that optimistically. Perhaps I've had a number of friends ask me, can you get rid of the income tax and replace it with tariffs? I have ceased being friends with these people for thinking that's a near-term possibility. However, it is the type of conversation that's around there. And again, as an investor, the force of some of these discussions, how big of a topic we're talking about, do you really want to get that bearish without knowing for sure the permanency of some of these ideas?
The other issue within the market of late is the way that NVIDIA and some of these tech stocks has traded. It's NVIDIA, take a look at an intraday here, because the chip sell-off continues. This name at the front of the line, because it's down. Let's do an intraday of NVIDIA, if you guys don't mind. It's down almost 9%. So it's at the lows of the session.
Yeah.
And as we said, it just hasn't traded all that well of late. You did have the chip announcement at the White House a short time ago, where the president made the comment about the tariffs. Of course, he was welcoming an investment by Taiwan Semi. Christina Partsenevelos is following sort of everything in chips, whether it's NVIDIA, the continued slide in the other names, and then TSMC.
Yeah, so to your point, NVIDIA did reverse Friday's, 4% gains and then some. But the big concern right now is looming export controls, you mentioned. And I bring this up because Singaporean authorities arrested 3 individuals for fraudulent misrepresentation of the destination of U.S.-made Dell and Supermicro servers. So this past week, and the reason why it's coming up now, is that Singapore's Minister for Home Affairs and Law questioned, quote, whether Malaysia was a final destination. And so that's suggesting possible re-exports to China. NVIDIA, of course, is not declined to comment to me. Singapore, though, unexpectedly became NVIDIA's second largest revenue source back in 2024. NVIDIA clarified that selling to Singapore accounts for 18% of total revenue in fiscal 2025, so that's about $24 billion, while shipping to Singapore represents less than 2%, so about 500 million or so. So there's a big discrepancy between both. And in NVIDIA's most recent annual report with the SEC, they said, quote, customers use Singapore Singapore to centralize invoicing while our products are almost always shipped elsewhere. So they're trying to tell you that Singapore is not used as a backdoor for China. However, analysts at Mizuho warned today a potential ban on NVIDIA chips, specifically the H20s, to China could remove roughly $4 to $5 billion in revenue for fiscal 2026. So there is that overhang for the stock, because in a world where computational power equals geopolitical advantage, and I'm calling it the silicon smugglers game, continues with implications far beyond corporate earnings. And to your point about TSMC, just one last word about their investment. The tariffs will certainly add to TSMC's construction costs, especially after TSMC had already previously, this is going back over a year, acknowledged that U.S. manufacturers.
All right, bro. So you're coming back down after that little baby relief. You got a lot of time. I mean, free fall is in play. I told you guys this from the morning. I said if you get back down to the low of the day and this 58.30 is like 58.27 is like the kind of the election flush levels. If we go anything below 58.27 or 22, it could really get low. But like I told you, we're going to fight between 5,900 or 5,800 or the 6,000. And it seems like if it was going to be a bad day, you're going to end up near here. So unfortunately, tie this into all of this week. We have a lot of events. The put premiums are higher, man. They should actually be even a little lower, but that last wick was clapped. Could this be the TLT move you're looking for? I mean, it's already done a lot this week. I don't think it'll be the only TLT. Like, if you want a real TLT, you want a rate cut. But bonds might keep going up. It just all depends. If there is a fear move and panic, then and the Fed starts cutting rates, then yeah. But if I don't know how long it'll take to get there. I mean, let me put it this way. The only time you get emergency rate cuts is when the VIX is above 40. It's never happened any other time. So until that happens, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. The trade wars, this is just round 2. So we've talked about this for the last month, and now coming into tomorrow, they're actually enacting the Canada and Mexico. It is not a negotiating tactic, and then we're going to see what happens from there. But now tomorrow, you will literally have tariffs after this whole time just talking about it. We knew about it. That's what we were saying all day today, but now Trump reiterated. People thought he would go 15 instead of 25. That was the word this morning, and then he just said no. Market went down. He said no exceptions. Even if they work with China, market went down. So, yeah, I just think downside, again, we had plays. If you guys were here, you got all of this in real time. I told you right when he said 25, right when he said the other stuff, but it's borderline just now you're going to be coming into tomorrow. And remember, there's a lot of data, a lot of events every single day this week, but that's just, I think it's going to be negative tariff reaction leading into tomorrow. That seems to be the answer for now. Again, not to mention NVIDIA and that. Dude, NVIDIA's at 112. So now NVIDIA below DeepSeek. This isn't good. So hear me out. If we go any lower from here now, you're pretty much what? I guess you're 1 day away giving back the election zone, NVIDIA below DeepSeek, and then bonds actually are still kind of chilling, believe it or not. But I guess bonds are, no. Yeah, wait a minute. Bonds are at election level. So the only thing not at election level is SPY. Mm-hmm. SDX, NEE. Bro, these candles are wicked, bro. It's a fat day. Bro, this is down now over 3%, 2.8 on the NASDAQ. So again, even with how you open, you have literally moved almost 4% top to bottom on the NASDAQ today. That's wild. I mean, it doesn't help NVIDIA is down like that. But, yeah, everything's starting to move right there. All right. Yeah, Intel plummeting. Buy the dip, you can. I mean, set up plays for either March 7th or tomorrow. I did a lot on every direction, and then again, I've been able to. I just made things free though. So again, I'm playing both ways technically, but I'm flipping them early. I'm hitting them on the news, and I make it free. So I got a little bit of exposure, and then we have a couple of other plays we did. But still going down. The premiums are moving. Maybe I do regret it now. The small out-the-money ones did very, very well. And then, wait, bonds are still kind of being calm, relatively speaking. Agree. Oh, but looking for dips for shares. But I didn't think that's what you're talking about. I mean, every dip buy is, I think, that's an individual company. So it all just depends on what you're trying to buy right now. But I have tried to make it very clear for the last 2 months that I really want to hold, AKA hold my stocks, hold my cash. And until we get more clarity on all this, I think Trump is going to have a lot of opportunity. We're already positioned where if it goes crazy and you already own stocks, then you let it run if it works in your favor. But other than that, I would really be waiting. So I don't really see, I guess, let me put it this way. If you think there's a dip today, you should have saw that dip on January 14th, on January 2nd, on December 23rd, the whole week of November 14th to 19th, day after the election, and then about a month ahead of the election. So a lot of, and that's why I'm saying it depends on an individual basis. But most plays right now, I think the market hasn't changed much. MRK, that's good if XLV starts going up. I mean, it'd be nice to watch a leader. So we'll find out. I don't think this is the dip. It just depends on what it is, but I haven't really seen too many individual names that I want yet, but I think give it some time. Bro, SPY, all I see is volatility indexes. That's not stopping. Close to the money puts now are up 200. The other ones are going up around 3, and then even some other plays are moving like 50 to 100. My goodness. That was a good Monday. Not bad. Wrong button. Okay. I made another play free. Cons of doing your 4th day trade, only 3 months of not trading. Yeah, you could ghetto spread if you like. That's another way to get around that. Or if you just switch to a cash account, then you'll be good to go. All righty, man. Another flush. Another flusher-rooney. Are you kidding me? Yeah, bro. I whiffed. Remember I told you I whiffed one? And then I got back. That's crazy, though. That was it. That first play I told you, though, right when we knew the Trump thing, I thought market was going to delay. I'm looking right now. I'm like, which contract hit this sweet spot? That one was it, bro. So, again, that first set, right when we realized the 25, that could have been a very good one. It's only like 200 to 400%, but still, the way that's pretty quick. So this was a lot quicker of a move, and now leading into tomorrow, you got a lot more. So you missed Trump pretty much guaranteeing tariffs tomorrow at the highest rate of 25. People thought it'd be a little lower. And then he said no exceptions, and then we were already down. NVIDIA is down just after post earnings, and then that chip smuggling shit. But, yeah. We all sold. Well, this time not as much. I'm pretty good right now. So I make it free, but this time I'm a little happier. I had a lot, and remember, I got you cheap puts before all of this hit, and then I banned the Chad who was talking shit over it, and then I told you I'm not gonna post my plays again as we do that. So, but those plays all fucking killed it. So amen, baby, amen. But other than that, even if you made them free at 100%, you still have 400. So even then, if they were cheap enough where you could have got more than one. Yeah, I gave you even the late. You could have been early or late and still had your opportunity. So, I mean, shout out to Chad, baby. The closer to the money ones held up better, but yeah, they didn't gain as much. I'm going to sell one more of those, actually. I got to. I had multiple ones, but I did good on the price, so I'm going to send one more because that one went up. It was like a 30 or 40 to like 200. So I'm out of that. I got one more of them. I'm going to hold it for tomorrow. That was dope. That was a lot of... I'm mad. I should have... See? I wasn't mad that I sold out too early. I was mad I didn't put everything into it, but that's why you have to play small. I'm just mad I'm playing small because that one, dude, even with a small amount, those ones did very well. There's a lot of different plays. TLT close. I don't know. Don't ask me about them. Don't post any of the stream alerts plays, please. So you should pay attention to whatever is sent on them. I whiff too. That's the problem. I mean, you'll get an Ocean's 11 if they announce anything, but I don't know if they will. Like, that's the thing. Today, you already got a lot. Now there's your bounce. It sucks. I bought calls. Like I said, I went both ways. I made one set of calls free, other set not free, but I've been waiting for that. Target could be a big one. I like them. It could just be big because they're like staple, big box retailer. They've done bad, all of that. So there's a lot of things riding on Target. It can either be really good or really bad. Better to play flip or wait for a bounce. Well, I don't know when it's going to bounce. That's the problem. So, like, the last week, you don't really know. Like, at these points, we should, like I say, if we break below even 58.20, it gets bad if it's just an overshoot. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. MO is great, dude. I love it. Can't complain, baby. Can't complain. Spire, Rib. Any of these bounces, we haven't gone out of it. And then VWAP's still high. Bonds are up a lot, but again, and the dollar's down. My only thing is the currency. Those got murdered. Those were telling you all day today. So watch. But Canada's clap, Mexico. But if those could catch a bid, that could be good. Stock's fun. Every day fun. I like surprises. MPW. They did bad, though, today. I'm surprised. I thought they were waking up good. I thought everything was going to be rolling with them, but nah. Yeah, the yen ripped during Trump. XLE. So energy's on the low again. Watch out for all that energy stuff, too. Okay, damn, the spy puts are coming back up again. Damn. So, yeah, remember, I took one more off the table. I still got a couple more. But, shit. That's already coming back down. VIX is going up. That's weird. So before the SPY's hitting a new high or new low, the VIX is going up. And then a couple value names. I mean, mainly your boy McDonald's, or not McDonald's, MO. They're going crazy right now. I think this might be a new 52-week high. Almost. Yeah, that's wild. So 57.90. But this whole time while everything's been dumping, MO is just going straight up. That's hilarious. NASDAQ crossed 9%. We're getting there. Again, like I'm even telling you, this is what I was saying on Friday. If we get any lower than here, you're about to wick below here. I think you already did. If we wick anywhere below here, like 580 flat practically, that's it. And then if we get back to 576 election, then that'll be another. I know you're already breaking certain technicals, but so not only down 9%. Up here, you don't panic. Here, you could deal with it. But like I'm saying, if we start breaking election zone, that's going to start clapping people. Oh, speak of the devil. So look at out of the money SPY March 7th. So the full-blown like March 7th insurance plays are still dirt cheap. Yes. Fuck, the other ones went up today. So remember I made that other play. Remember I did those earlier when I had some of the other ones, and you could kind of use them as a place marker. So the last time, but pretty much, like, if you want full out-of-the-money Friday insurance, they're still dirt cheap. So that's kind of the beauty. So I'll tell you, like, right now, you don't have full panic, or at least the skew. You don't have people buying full-blown protection. So although, like I'm saying, the near-the-monies will move, but if you really think we're going to, like, flush, none of these are, like, even August flash crash, where was that? Yeah, that's all, like, if you think we even test any of these are still dirt cheap. So, again, there's not as much premium on those. It's very fascinating, actually. Yeah, 520, 530. Yeah, the premiums are climbing a little. Hold on to the... Oh, I am. I bought him as a place marker. That's what I'm saying, even at the time when it was getting a little bit more shakier. But like today just showed, bro, if we play our cards right, we could protect ourselves immediately. That's it. Like, we're here. Those plays I just hit now, I'm very happy about those. So now I have zero risk, borderline in the money coming into tomorrow. So, and again, you could have just flipped all of those by today. And then we have the place markers, but I don't know. We'll see how those play out. But it's good to know. It's a good thing to know that deep down, even if we are going to get, like, real volatility, there's plays by Friday really out the money with, and they're not, like, charging you a lot. You don't have to buy them now. That's why they're not going for a lot. White House cites China's inaction on fentanyl for tariffs. Ah, shit. So you got another negative tariff headline, this time calling out China. It's not hitting, but maybe there'll be a delay. How can you not care enough to let a runner run after being up? You can. It just depends what you want to do. I've just have realized we have a lot of opportunities, and once I make it free, I can't lose. So my priority is make it free. I don't give a shit about anything else. Why? Because then I could do all of these plays, and I will never lose. I hope you understand. And that's why. So I'm a big... Again, you got that White House China thing. VIX is going off of it, man. I don't know what to tell you. These are fucking crazy. Who would buy these? I'm looking at these Yangs. These are nuts. So the VIX now go. I don't know. We haven't played the VIX in a while either, but maybe I thought the market was going to ignore that negative China headline, but that might hit right now. So again, White House just said something about it, but I don't know if that's a reiteration. I got another China thing, but I really thought we were going to ignore it. Oh, shit. Bro, these VIX calls actually moved? No. Bro, the VIX calls actually, like UVXY, actually moved. Habibi, this is crazy. Oh, that's terrible, you guys. Yeah, you could have got those. I can't believe those actually fucking moved. They never move. I'm just shopping while I ride. I think your best bet is just at March 7th, the cheap ones that haven't gotten a print, that are still cheaper than last week. Everything else, that's it. Trump signed China tariff. Well, I know we're going to get that, but I don't. Right now, I just had word that they're saying that China did not do good on the fentanyl, which is, again, a negative part of it. $340. Yeah, I'm gonna hold one or two. I kind of want to reposition. So here's the deal: if you have any of those puts and you held them, you're up a lot right now, okay? So you could either sell out and try to rebuy at the last 10 minutes, or you just hold if you want to push any to tomorrow, and whatever you hold is liable to get lost or make you a lot tomorrow. Okay, so make sure you figure that one out. But that's what I'm looking at now. You could either take the last one of the last ones, and then if it bounces, you can rebuy for 50% off. Otherwise, you make up your mind now or close them all. But that was a hit, bro. That was a winner. You had 3-4 opportunities. Everything. Damn, bro. I wanted the UVXY. But like I'm saying, those out-of-the-money SPY plays are the only thing cheap at this point. But wait till it bounces and you'll get them even cheaper. Trump signed action to tariff China at 20. I don't see that one yet, but I think that could have been old. Like, I think that was what he was mentioning at his speech. The only thing now is that all I see recently, I don't see it talked about a lot, but I see China, him criticizing China fentanyl. This was just Trump. Tariffs tomorrow. Worst case scenario, 25%, and then no exceptions, and then mix it in with NVIDIA down like 10 or 12. White House. Oh, I do see it. White House raised on 20. Oh, dude, you're right. Yeah. That was the other part of the headline. So the fentanyl, they're raising it to over 20. Hold on. I think it could be a typo. It says 20% over or over 20. So yeah, that fentanyl thing, the criticizing China, they're tying it up with the action. So more negative China. That's what I was saying, Yang, just a second ago. Oh, I don't know. And then how much time? 15 minutes? So again, I kind of like the Yang, but I kind of have another idea. But I don't really like it. Intel down 5. Dude, right when I told you guys that, it fucking plummeted. Dude, I was middle of this sit-up, and I was like, yo, this is really bad for Intel. And then next time I looked, it flushed another $1. So that was one of the I grabbed the play on it, though, but I would have told y'all, but y'all would have just fucking yelled at me and been very, very rude like earlier. Yeah. But either way, great fucking day. Take it. All right, there's this SPY. I don't know. I have one crazy idea. I'm going to do it cheap. Yeah, I want to do it, but I think I should do it cheaply. Okay. That'll be my final play for the day, I assume. I'm going to hold one of the puts, or I want to see. They keep going up, though. Bitcoin back down to 85. I just sold the kidney. How do I do this? Is moving a lot while my kidney transfer is processing. I don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I don't appreciate it at all. All righty. Well, 15 minutes, Chad. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Those SPY puts are coming down now. Again, everything else, Intel, TLT. Again, watch on the video too. Let's see if this lasts. Otherwise, if you do this shit again, it's going to be a lot of fireworks into the close. MO popping because people getting more stressed out. That's funny. Maybe. I love it. MO is killing it. And AbiVi. All of our value plays. But then the tech goes down. But I'm a happy camper. The TLT moves insane, but it's actually still like kind of calm. It's very, I mean, again, there's just a lot of things. I think the shift in sentiment that led to that move in bonds is even wilder. But yeah, man, it's a wild time. Wild time. So wrap it all up, Chattadonia. 13 minutes left. Can I go get a protein real quick? Please hold. Please hold. What a day. We did good. We could chill.
Is this truly
Don't be a dummy. Don't lose it all.
digital assets?
Get ready for tomorrow.
Well, I think you could pick apart the strategy that the Trump administration is trying to pursue here. But Brian Armstrong has frequently said, look, we need to be a leader in this space. Brian Armstrong is the CEO of Coinbase. And if we believe that digital technology is going to play a role in finance in the long run, which it is, I believe that it is, and we certainly believe it will, we need to be a leader in that category. And one thing we take for granted in America is it's very easy for us to go to get a bank account, get a mortgage, go to an ATM. That's not true in other countries. And so where we may see the earliest adoption and the most valuable end use cases other than sort of store of value, which we see with Bitcoin, is in emerging markets. It's an area that we've been watching closely and have a few investments in Latin America and here in the U.S., companies that are pursuing some of those opportunities. It's just super early, but I agree with the overall sentiment that we want to be a leader in innovation, in AI, in fintech, in cryptocurrency. You can pick apart the strategy, but the end goal seems spot on.
Good having you on. We'll see you soon. Jeff, be well.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, that's Jeff Richards. Amazon shares sinking amid the broader sell-off today. Talked about Anthropic earlier. Let's send it to Kate Rooney now for more. Kate?
Hey, Scott. Yeah, so Amazon really taking a hit today on this tariff news. Stocks down actually now more than 4%. That's about double the losses we're seeing from the rest of mega cap tech at this point. It is a knee-jerk tariff reaction. The story here, investors are expecting goods overall to get more expensive on Amazon's e-commerce side of the business. That could slow down sales and hit what has been a really solid margin story at Amazon. So North American margins, which is pretty much the whole e-commerce business, those have been expanding in previous quarters. They had gone negative. If you think back to sort of the COVID era, they'd gone through these major investment cycles. It started to pay off. It's been a big part of the bull case for Amazon. And you got to look at third-party sellers here. That's a big part of this. More than 60% of all of the items sold on Amazon are from those third parties. So they may be the ones absorbing more of the cost, passing that on to consumers, and then Amazon does sell fewer goods directly if you compare it to sort of a Walmart or a Target, and the bulk of the items
do come from China. When you look at those third parties,
China.
Roth, for example, has estimated it's
All right,
30.
man. Well, 10-minute rigged in 30 seconds, just like the last 5 times. You get your little mini bounce. If you get out of here, you'll look great. If not, womp, womp, womp. Again, you're right. You're hugging 5,800 practically. You were just there. That 5810, you're right above any of our danger levels. But, again, being near the floor rather than not, that's going to be the final thing setting you up till tomorrow. And, again, you're going to get not ADP, is it tomorrow? Tomorrow might be ADP, and then Wednesday is jobless claims, or it's Wednesday ADP. But we're going to be getting a little bit more events, Fed speakers all around the world, and you get the State of the Union, but that'll be after the bell. Yeah, Thursday. I was born in volatility, molded by it. Spy puts. Microsoft 365 still has issues. Spy Fitzpatrick, I had a lengthy, productive one-on-one with Zelensky. We're 100% getting this train back on the tracks. So you acknowledge that the train is off the tracks then? Does that mean it crashed or what? They said the mineral deal again. I've lost faith in that though. After last Friday, that's it. Nobody, just don't go until y'all want to make a deal. But I don't know if they want peace, man. That was sad. Sad day. Morning volatility. I did do my gamble. I got one more. I added one more. That was my last trade before I left. So I'm chilling with that. Took my profits. Good to go. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. I think tomorrow might be either crazy or very underwhelming, because now you're closing like this. But then that's the part that sucks, right? When you think it's going to be underwhelming and it does underwhelm, it just dumps fucking 2% in the last hour. So, yeah. We got to work through that. What time? 10 minutes? 8 minutes now. All right, SPY's still holding, I think. And then XLP for tomorrow, maybe. Like, low-key, dude, I'm telling you, Dow got murked today. That shouldn't have happened with it, or that's at least different. Today was more risk-off, as awkward as that may sound. It seems like less happened than last week, but today was a worse of a day than any of the other days last week, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying. You actually got a real sell-off. It was all risk-off. There was a couple of winners, but now add that to the low level, the low close, the VIX, all of it. Yeah, so that wasn't pretty. And again, it was like 4%. I'm no exaggeration. You're down 2.9 right now on the NASDAQ. It was literally up 0.9 at like 5 in the morning. So you've moved like 3.8% in this last 7-8 hours. So kind of nuts. And then again, less rush to safety. This was more like cash. And then the dollar's not even up because every other currency had a lot of volatility. So this was an interesting one. Maybe a little bit more of the jitters from Friday, still a little bit of a hangover. All I was saying though, just watch staples coming into tomorrow. So it's either we get a lot of risk off days or watch like Bristol Myers and then these value names start to like break out again. You see what I'm saying? The China headline, that was the latest one we just got. And then I say
20% now. signed as an executive order. An administration official was just giving me the details on that. And I did ask specifically, Scott, whether he had also signed anything on Canada or Mexico, and he has not done that yet. So even though the president just told me just earlier this hour that there is no room left for Canada and Mexico to make a deal, he has not yet signed the executive order putting that action into place, but he has now put that signature on the China executive order. That's set to take effect tonight, just after midnight, while we still wait and see what's going to happen next with Canada and Mexico. Scott?
Appreciate that update on the North Lawn. Megan, thank you. Megan Cassell of the White House. We're now in the closing bell market zone. CNBC senior markets commentator Mike Santoli is here to break down these crucial moments of the trading day. Pippa Stevens joining us as well on energy and the sell-off there. Michael, I'll turn to you first. Well, we think we're getting the tariffs.
Yes.
As we are in the morning. 25 and 25 on Canada, Mexico. As Megan was just telling us, an additional 10 on China. That brings 20% the total there. And here's what you get in the market.
Yeah, so clearly, rough numbers, we had 2% of hope that we would not get the tariffs. I mean, was saying earlier today, it did seem like the market was going to eventually want to test the reality of that very late levitation we got on Friday. We've essentially unwound the entire thing, plus a few points. I do think a lot of it, though, just feeds all in the same direction, which is the economy having a stutter step, a little bit softer than we thought it was. Tariffs, therefore, seem like a kind of war of choice that's creating an exacerbating factor on the growth concerns. It's not causing an inflation panic, really. It's mostly about this is just going to kind of give us an extra little squeeze.
Too, part of it, people were thinking that the tariffs would be lower this morning. That's what I was saying. Right when he said 25, that's why we knew to make a move. So that was another part. That's kind of what they were saying. Like, people thought it could have been better, but now we're finding out if Trump does what he said today, there's going to be 25, and then Canada already responded, and then we're closing, getting a little tighter on China. So, yeah. So watch the, what's it called? Oh, yeah, I remember those, man. Good work. Hell yeah. And then watch the value play. So I just made a value play. I'm keeping that in mind. So everything I just told you, I made a small couple penny play on there. But just even for tomorrow morning, whether it's good or bad, like Coca-Cola, XLP. Again, that's all I have on the screen right now. So I'd watch out for those. Nordstrom's, I don't know if they have that buyout thing going on, but watch out to that. So we'll find out. Say goodbye to consumer spending. Well, we'll find out. It'll probably be like just like the tariffs. So look at how the tariffs played out. We were like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so bad. And then we chilled, and now tomorrow they're going to happen, and now we're going to like see the effects. So I'm sure the next sets of consumer data, you're going to watch people tie that into this narrative, and we're going to have pre-reaction, overlook it, and then react again right when we're staring at it in the face. So, yeah, but get ready, chat. You have less than 3 minutes. We haven't landed, and I don't know if we've landed all year. You know that. That's it. They try to say no landing, so I don't know. But, Chad, get ready. If you don't like loud noises, I'm going to get really loud here towards the end of the day. I would hate to disturb your day. Some of you got disturbed, though, in other ways, but that's okay. It happens. But what's this? Is this live? Ah, girl. Yeah, you don't like you guys talking. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. But, yeah. Either way, if it gets loud, though, I don't want you to have a bad day. Or again, I don't want to separate from you if I disturb you. So enjoy your day, okay? I love you. And if you don't like loud noises, just peace out now and get a long-term. White House, Trump signed action at 20%. Another reiteration. Thank you again, of course. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for 10,000 Ethereum. It's a cheer. I still call them Ethereums. Let's go, baby. And, man, shout out to everybody who got a long-term. And everybody that didn't get banned, my friend. Amen. Yeah, Intel got destroyed. Yeah, because we found out that they're talking to another girl like that. I was shocked, bro. All of those sweet nothings meant nothing. This whole time, I thought J.D. Vance thought I was special. He says that to every chip maker. Every fucking chip maker. You know that? Donald, you're beautiful. You're the best in the world. He says it to everybody. Every chip maker got the same love no Intel did, bro. It's a bullshit. That's why. And y'all thought you didn't need me as CEO, huh? Well, what now, mother... Yeah, on that note, you only have 1 minute! Go, 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 go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to wrap it up. Bring it home. Finalize those plays. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Shares, options, futures. You got to wrap it up. You get your tariffs tomorrow. Maybe today made you react. Maybe there's more reaction left tomorrow. More data, more events, more Fed, all of it. But now you have 5 seconds. Bring it home. 3, 2, 1. Goodbye. Ding 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 ding. Oh no, let's go. Oh, let's go, baby. We did it. We made it. 7 hours in the books. I need a good game in the chat right now. Let's go. It don't matter if you made money or lost money. I know you learned something. Everybody that contributed brought something to the table. You didn't get banned. Oh, bro, I did what I did every day. I ended the stream to go to members. I got like 15 messages. They're like, you made him cry. No, bitch. I've done this every day for 3 months. You just got here and woke up late acting brand new. Oh, good game. So thank you for not getting banned. I appreciate it. Some of y'all a quarter into y'all. You know that? Almost a full quarter. Good game. Fats, I salute you. I would have banned you so easily. At least you got a long term. That's what I'm talking about. We got more. The harvest plenty. You want it or not? That's what I'm talking about, baby. Way to hold it down. This is Monday. I'll see you later, baby. Good guy. GG. I need me to rock. You won't see me a lot. Monday through Friday, you need me, let's talk. Ooh. Wow, Chad. Wow. I like it, Chad. That's it, man. Octa-head earnings, they beat. They beat, baby. Bro, what a day. Dude, this one was wild. It was like subtly wild, man. And once again, we do nothing for hours and then towards the end of the day, bro. So very, very wild. I'm sure we got a lot more in store, man. Like I told you on the watch list, bro, this is going to be a very wild week. So every day really has a catalyst from here on out. There's no more earnings, and unfortunately, we are closing towards like the low end of the range now. So let's see. I mean, again, there's going to be a lot out there. I think even for the long term, I hope y'all are being patient and ready for all of it. Thank you again for your time, but I think we're going to wrap it up there, man. That's it. I think we got good time to go to the gym. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with the watch list. We'll see. I'll flip a coin on the watch list tonight. Well, I got a couple of other things, and we'll figure out, or if we do on this channel or not, but just turn on your notifications. Either way, you're going to want to be here live and direct. But other than that, Chad, thank you again for staying alive and getting a long term and being a part of this way in a way that did not get you banned. That means a lot, man. So let's get it. And ultimately, yeah, man, I want to be here without the veterans and the people who sacrificed a lot and all this talk of Ukraine and $100 billion in chips. You know that, right? And literally like repo, $200 billion in repos, all of this stuff, bro. $6 billion we could house all the homeless veterans. Just throwing that out there. Whoever is listening, I hope one day, I hope Barron is listening. I don't know if Barron could change it. I hope one day the head of I Control All the Money is listening one day and is like, you know what? Fuck it, $6 billion. You're right, Josh. It's not, I'm just saying, in a world where we talk about crazy amounts, I'm just saying, man, for the veterans, $6 billion. $6 billion. So I don't know, but Chattadonia, I love you. thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a good one. Go read the books, Richest Man in Babylon, Proverbs, New Living Translation, and The Strangest Secret in the World. And don't forget while we're here, why we keep going, why that faith, hope, and love ain't ever going out of style, and why misfortune, my friends, misfortune, you're not angered by it unless it's an injury. And that's why. Don't be fooled, my friends. Always ask the obvious questions. Don't let them not let you ask it. Why, baby? Why? Finger to the sky, baby. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. Amen. Amen. So, Chattadonia, God bless America. God bless Chattadonia. Thank you to the veterans. I'll see if I see you tonight. If not, God willing, I'll see you in the morning, baby. Get that long-term. Long-term loved it today. Let's see. Should we close? Let's see where we close the long-term today. I forgot. We should open and start the days by looking at the long-term. You know that? What do you guys think? Oh! It's terrible. It was doing a lot. I was up like $1,500. Always, dude. I'm up until that last hour, but the Dow went down today. So 240. Oh, we're going to end at the same spot. We hit an all-time high today, and then I gave it back up. So we're still doing good, though. We're still doing good. God bless America. Well, there it is, Chad. I love you. God bless you all, and peace. Hey, wait, I tell you guys, when I was president, your 401,000 went up. Fucking Donald Trump crashed the stock market. Look at that. Yeah. I was in office for 4 years. You didn't blame me for anything. Blame him in 30 days. It's his fault. Yeah, you see, because Trump's economy was because of Obama. And that means Biden's economy was because of Biden. Fuck you. He has 30 days tops. If inflation doesn't come down in 30, he's a scam. Fuck him. Yeah, impeach him. How you impeach him? Bradley. I love Bradley Frizzle. The impeachment? No, don't impeach Bradley Frizzle. What do you mean? No. Seriously, I mean it. I'll die for Bradley Frizzle every day. I mean, is it impeachment or peach? What's impeachment? I'm not getting it. I tell you, Bradley Frizzle, no Bradley Frizzle. Peach or impeachment, you can't stop me. I'll call it Gulf of Impeachment. China, 10% more tomorrow. Then we're going to get Mexico. Did you notice? They said they're going to swiftly respond with 155 billion of tariffs. Wow. That sounds a lot lower than 600 billion. You're going to lose. You're going to lose this game. You're not playing cards, but I am. You are. You're gambling. You're gambling. He's playing Baccarat with World War III. Who would have thought? He's looking for a dragon. Not going to happen. Not going to happen at all. Make the easy deal. Make it free and watch everybody freak out. Get a long term. That's it. Thank you. Goodbye. Exactly. I don't know what's happening, but the long term, it doesn't look that bad if you ask me. It seems to be actually stable. It's actually growing. I don't know. They don't film me. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye. I'll reclaim my time.